This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Welcome to News 25 here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. Today is Monday, February 20th, President's Day. Well, as we celebrate President's Day today, with many having the day off, along with financial institution and government offices, we recognize our first president, George Washington's birthday, which was actually February 11th. Today's News 25 wanted to celebrate by bringing you some patriotic PSAs created by students. These come from an organization called Constituting America. Each year they look for ways to support America's youth with a contest among high school students looking for creative and powerful messaging which showcases the U.S. Constitution and civic conversation.
If you had something that you were given, something you loved, something that others wanted so badly but were denied it, something that you used and relied on every single day. If you had something special, something beautiful, something powerful, if you had something absolutely essential to securing your health, happiness, and safety, if you treasured something so much that you were willing to die for that something, if you knew that others already had, and if someone had given you a document that protected that something, wouldn't you take the time to read it?
One of our biggest problems today is that we are afraid to have others challenge our mindset, and therefore we avoid topics that could lead to challenging conversations. At a young age, we're told not to talk about anything that is remotely divisive. But without having challenging conversations, how do you know that what you're saying is your truth and not just something you were raised to believe? Having conversations is how we learn. It's important to be able to see the other sides of things in order to form an opinion and choose what's best for you. Let's say you were raised to shower with all your clothes on. You can go through life thinking that is the best way to get clean, and if you never meet anyone brave enough to talk about hygiene, then you will never know that there is a better way. There's no reason to be afraid of differences. Limiting yourself to certain topics can render yourself unable to talk to friends, co-workers, or even family. To avoid challenging conversations is the same as to keep your mind trapped in a little box. Open your box. It's an American thing. AmericanThing.org.
Well, crab was on the menu at Nye Communities Coalition Saturday night for the Casa Crab Fest. The event has not been held in recent years, and the room was packed to support the Pioneer Territory Casa, or court-appointed special advocates. This is an important fundraiser to help support the children in the foster care system and to enjoy some amazing food and have lots of fun.
Oh, I'll tell you, we're having a wonderful night tonight. This is our 10th annual Crab Fest. We're really excited about it. We've had a couple years off due to COVID, sadly, and you're looking at 210 of my most wonderful friends behind me enjoying crab that I brought back from California yesterday. So normally we have it flown in, and that didn't work this year, so I flew to San Francisco and drove to Petaluma, picked up the crab, 805 pounds of it, and drove it back here to wonderful Pahrump so everyone would have a wonderful feast tonight. 10 years ago, they started on looking at having a crab feed where you have crab and coleslaw and beans. And we also put chicken in there for those non-crab lovers. And then we have dessert, but truthfully, it's more about having fun. And it is a great fundraiser for Pioneer Territory Casa. We use the funds to help with our training and recruiting of volunteers to be advocates for foster children in the court system. There's probably right at 216 people because that's how many tickets we ended up selling. We were sold out in 9 days this year, so this is just wonderful. We're so thankful for the community and coming out and participating in this, because it truly helps us with our funding. Mr. Kunze, our current district attorney, is back there slaving away. He's been there all morning and all evening. Oh, I just can't thank the community so much for coming out. It's a wonderful time. It's so much fun. It's truthfully, I like the casual event. Everybody enjoys themselves. And as Brian Kunze said, we put you in close so you can share those crab juices with your neighbors.
Well, Buddy Krebs, who is the director of the Prump Junior High and High School Rodeo, was excited once again to have a successful event this year at the McCullough Arena here in Prump for the annual Prump Youth Rodeo. Krebs caught up with News 25's Eddie O'Brien at the event over the weekend.
We're here at our 2023 annual event, and there's about 300 contestants from all over the state of Nevada. And I want to thank all the people in Pahrump that supported us, all the businesses, just everybody involved, all the volunteers, and it's just a good family event. It's one of the last rural events left in Pahrump.
And this is considered the junior high school rodeo, correct?
Yes.
And you said 300 contestants?
Yeah, it's 5th grade through 12th grade. Public's welcome. It's free to get in. We just have a donation jar at the gate. Donations appreciated. It helps us put on the rodeo. We're also having an opportunity raffle today towards the end of the rodeo. We're raffling off a Henry Golden Boy 30-30, a Henry 6.5 Creedmoor, and an AR-15 rifle. And all the proceeds help us put on this high school rodeo. It costs about $30,000 a year to put it on. Yeah, the Rotary Club's been really great. They came on and they really sponsored us big this year. And you know, they're helping us out by feeding the volunteers. And then I got Reba with Kiwanis. They help us every year with the ticket booth, and they do a hell of a job. Thanks everybody for their support, and we look forward to 2024. It's always President's Day weekend.
And News 25 will return right after this.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, the annual Death Valley Dark Sky Festival was a huge success. The National Park Service is saying that it was the largest in attendance in 13-year history of the event. Clear skies, telescopes, and engaging speakers combined for a stellar experience at this year's Dark Sky Festival in Death Valley National Park. The program had a total in attendance of 5,568 people. Many people stayed for the all-3-day event and enjoyed multiple programs. The Dark Sky Festival included auditorium talks, field trips, photography workshops, night sky tours, and other presentations held from February 10th through the 12th. Over 1,500 people looked through telescopes hosted by the Las Vegas Astronomical Society. The event's partners included the Ames Research Center, California Institute Technology, or Caltech, Death Valley National Association, Jet Propulsion Laboratory, Las Vegas Astronomical Society, NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, and SETI, which is the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. The festival is an annual celebration of space and planetary science in one of the darkest locations in the United States. The dates for the 2024 Dark Sky Festival have not yet been set. Of course, you can go to Death Valley's Facebook page or website for more information, and when they are going to set it, you can also log on, and they will, of course, put you on their letter so that they can notify you. And we will, of course, be letting people know next year when they announce that date as well. Well, the Nye County Republican women had their Lincoln Day dinner. We're going to show you what that was all about. Was held recently at the Prump Nugget.
The Lincoln Day dinner is an annual event. We kind of trade off as the Nye County Central Committee versus the Pahrump Valley Republican Women. Somebody will throw the event at any time. It's usually a fundraiser, but it's also right around President Lincoln's birthday. And the Pahrump Valley Republican Women haven't had a fundraiser since the pandemic started. So this is our way. We want to restart having scholarships, and our intention at this point is to give out 3, maybe 4, and also help with some local charities. We are going to talk to the guidance counselors. We're not necessarily looking for the top student, because most of those already got scholarships lined up. We're looking for somebody that needs the money to go to college. The Pahrump Valley Republican Women have been in Pahrump for 42 years, I believe, is this year. It's either 42 or 43. We are part of the Nevada Federation of Republican Women and the National Federation of Republican Women. They are our umbrella groups, if you want to say. But we have an office in D.C., and we have a national president that is up on the Hill lobbying for us all the time. So tonight's speaker, we had Congressman Mark Amodei. He is from the 2nd Nevada district up north, and he graciously decided to come and talk to us, which we really appreciate. And actually, we have to thank Melissa Plunder for that, because she is the one that saw him at another event in Ely and asked him if he would come and speak to us. And he decided to come. And he made a donation to our club on top of that, which is absolutely phenomenal.
There is great opportunity for Nye County Republicans to be folks that are decision makers in how things end up in terms of various and sundry races.
Our other speaker was the newly elected sheriff, Joe McGill. He is actually, he and his wife are personal friends of ours, on top of being the newly elected sheriff. And he gave some good updates on what's going on in the sheriff's office. So we had silent auction and we had a live auction. And I think I have no idea with the numbers all yet, so I can't give you any numbers, but both auctions went really well. So yes. Okay, we have the Pahrump Valley Republican Women have their meeting the 2nd Monday of each month. It's on Pahrump Valley Boulevard. It is open to all registered Republicans. We welcome anybody. As a matter of fact, we signed somebody up new today. So it starts at 6 o'clock, and it's in the Nye County Central Committee, Republican Central Committee building.
Well, Inspiration Senior Living had a wonderful 10-year anniversary over the weekend. They're having another event coming up called Sip and Learn.
Yeah, we're super excited at Inspirations to be hosting our Sip and Learn event featuring Dr. Ashley Smalley. She is our National Director of Memory Care and Life Enrichment. And so we'll have charcuterie boards and wine, and we'll be talking about people living with Alzheimer's and dementia and how our program can help them. Dr. Smalley is incredibly smart in this area and has a lot of vast knowledge and resources. So we can do like a question and answer format as well, but she's going to do a little presentation. Again, just with people living in dementia and Alzheimer's, tips and tricks on how to live the best life living with those diseases. And when it comes time to assisted living or memory care, how our village program can help people. It'll be Inspiration Senior Living on February 22nd. And so we'd love to have you. You can call us to RSVP 775-751-2300. And it's starting at 1:30. Everybody, yeah, public is invited. We'd love to have as many people. Again, we're going to have charcuterie boards with lots of good meats and cheeses and wine. So it'll be a lot of fun.
More news, including your health report, right after this.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, the U.S. Census Bureau shows more than 64 million women in America are going through menopause or are postmenopausal. Previously, treatment often included hormone therapy, but that changed after cardiovascular risks were reported. However, the American College of Cardiology Cardiovascular Disease and Women Committee, led by Cleveland Clinic Dr. Leslie Chow, found that hormone therapy can still be used, but with specific guidance.
The people that are safe for hormone therapy are women who just started having postmenopause or perimenopause, who have very little cardiovascular risk, and that risk is assessed by various risk scores that are out there, but we use the ACC-AHCVD risk score. So women who have very low risk for having heart disease in the next 10 years, they're safe to use hormone replacement therapy.
Dr. Cho says they looked at 20 years' worth of data to develop the new guidance for hormone therapy. For those unfamiliar, menopause typically happens in a woman's early 50s. Symptoms can include vaginal dryness, hot flashes, chills, night sweats, sleep problems, and mood changes. It can also cause weight gain and slow down a woman's metabolism. Dr. Cho says many times a woman will suffer in silence, and they should not have to. They deserve a better quality of life. And hopefully those changes in guidance for hormone therapy can help with that.
It's important, if you're going to start hormone therapy, to talk to your doctor. It's important to go through your risk, and for women with heart disease, it's really critical to have a frank discussion with your physician about the risks and benefits of starting hormone therapy.
Dr. Chow's research was recently published in the American Heart Association's Circulation Journal. And Piper the cat is available at Never Forgotten Animal Society. Here is Pat to tell us all about her.
Today's Save a Pet segment is made possible by Realty Executives in Action. Put the team at Realty Executives in action for you.
Hi everyone, I'm Pat with Never Forgotten Animal Society. I'm here with Piper today. She's about 2 years old. She is calico. She has been spayed, and all of her shots, rabies certificate, and microchip, and she is available today at Never Forgotten Animal Society at 3091 North David off of Bella Vista. She's approximately 2 years old, and she's a very, very sweet girl, but she is shy, so she's going to take a minute to try and get used to you and to your property and to be able to trust you. But she will eventually do that, and she is just a doll. She is such a love. She's interested in being around people. She wants to be in your lap if she possibly can. And her adoption fee is $95, and she is available here at Never Forgotten Animal Society, 3091 North David. Our phone number is 775-537-8674, and we're open Monday through Saturday from 10 until 5. No appointment necessary, so please come on in and see Piper. She is a very sweet girl, but it is going to take a minute for you to get her trust. You're welcome to come in anytime. So come on by, see Piper. She's here at Never Forgotten Animal Society.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
And taking a look outside, we got that beautiful balloon in the sky this morning. John's going to be here with our weather, which includes some interesting weather changes. We'll tell you all about that after the break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. This is John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios and worldwide on the local BTV app, the app you should have on your phone by now. Look at this, weather twins in Fernley and Fallon. Tide at 61, so is Carson City and Tonopah. For the cool spot award at 55. Out in Goldfield, they got up to 56. Nice out in Beatty at 67 degrees. 71 in Amargosa makes you the hot spot with Vegas close behind at 69. And in Death Valley, 78 degrees. It's starting to heat up out there in Death Valley, isn't it? Well, look at you go. Here in the Paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look. 64 degrees. It was 68 just a little bit earlier. today's high. Very nice. Northwesterly winds is just 6 miles per hour. Oh, they're so kind when they're down at 6 miles per hour at under 10. We're loving that. Sun rose this morning at 6:25. Setting this evening in about a minute, 5:30. That's what we're looking at. Low tonight about 42 degrees and 5-mile-an-hour winds whispering to us gently out of the east to ferocious, awful winds tomorrow. Yeah, it's coming. Look at this. And some rain coming up later in the week. But look at those gusts up to 22 miles per hour. That's going to be your average gust. So don't you know? We're going to see some 30, 40 mile per hour gusts the next few days. Temperatures dropping into the 40s as they do when all the heat is blown away from the desert. 20 mile per hour winds on Thursday, heralding in a bunch of clouds and a bunch of rain. That's going to stay with us for about 3-4 days and kind of with a vengeance. Percentage of rain on Saturday. Oh, it's going to be wet, 69%. Yes, it will be indeed. We finish out the week on a calm 12 mile per hour day with 50-degree temperatures. But yeah, it's going to be kind of stupid next 4 or 5 days. So batten the hatches, make your plans, and back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
All right. I was called out by one of our viewers on George Washington's birthday, and I sent him the link to archives.gov about Washington's birthday. Washington was actually born on February 11th in 1731. And the reason why that there was always his birthday celebrated on February 22nd was because of Britain's Gregorian calendar, which pushed his birthday actually to February 22nd. But he was actually born in Virginia on February 11th. And so that's his actual birth date here in America. But because Britain and their colonies pushed it because of their calendar, many people thought his birthday was actually on February 22nd. And so that's why his birthday is actually on that date. And they actually celebrated his birthday the 3rd week in February. And that's why we are celebrating it on this day. And so if you want to look it up, archives.gov gives the whole history and how Congress actually celebrated on the 22nd because there was some confusion of when his actual birthday was. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell, and we'll see you back here tomorrow night.